What's up? Welcome back to Press Play Podcast. I'm your host, Angie, and in today's episode, we are going to talk about how to craft a really good podcast description. So, if you've been following along, last episode, we talked about actually taking some action. And I just want to continue on with things that you can start doing right now as we build the beginning stages of your podcast, we build up to the launch. These are the things that you need to be doing. So let's get into it. How do you write a podcast description? So your podcast description is going to be the thing that lives in when you go to click on your show for your podcast, and you can read what this podcast is really about. So when people who see this, who click on this, the purpose is for them to understand that this is for them, that this is something that they want to listen to, and to know immediately what they're going to get out of it, because people are making snap judgments about your show really quickly. So you need to make sure that you're capturing people and they understand what your show is about, and they can easily raise their hand and say, yes, this is for me. So it is important. And also there are SEO considerations for this as well. So this is an important thing in your podcast, is how do you write your description? So we're going to break it down into a couple elements that you're going to need. Number one, you need a clear hook. This is the most important part. It's what shows in the previews of these podcast apps. It needs to say who this is for. It needs to be very clear who this is for. It needs to say what problem you solve, like what transformation that you're going to provide. And it needs to make someone raise their hand, like I said, and say, this is actually for me. So an example could be like, this podcast is for business owners who want to grow their following, who want to make money from podcasting, and they want to sell their offers through their podcast. They want their podcast to be the cornerstone of their marketing, whatever that is, right? So that's what you want to do. So you can literally write this down. Here's an example. Like the formula that you can use is, this podcast is for blank. So who is it for? Who want blank, whatever result you want them to have, without blank, without the struggle, without the fluff, without the whatever, right? So that's an easy formula that you can plug in. So an example would be, this is a podcast for women who want to feel confident, powerful, and aligned in their life, money, and relationships without burnout or hustle culture, right? So that checks all those boxes. So that's number one. And the big tip here, the big thing to remember here is, you want to, in the first two lines, in the first seconds that someone sees this, they need to immediately know, they're raising their hand, that this is for me. Okay. Number two, we then want to move on to what this podcast is about. What's the big picture? So this is where you can expand a little bit more on what you're talking about. So you have your hook. People know, hey, this is for me. Now you can go a little deeper. So what are the main themes of your show? What's your unique perspective or angle on this? So I know that we gave a lot of examples in the episode about niching down with your podcast. So now, what is your unique angle? Now we want to share that here, and what makes your show different. So now you can expand a little bit. That's the second part of this. So you could say, here's an example. Each week we dive into mindset, self-worth, money, energy, relationships, and real life growth through honest conversations, solo episodes, and practical tools that you can actually use. So this is an example that goes along with the heading that we were talking about, or the opening statement that we were talking about, the hook. There's an example that goes along with the hook that we were talking about. So think of it as your podcast's mission statement. So this is your mission, and that's what we're sharing. Number three thing that you need, and yes, you need all of these things. So we're going to go through these elements, and then you make sure you have boom, boom, boom. Number three, who are you? Who are you? This is the time to brag on yourself. Drop your creds. I'm Angie. I've helped XYZ amount of podcasters launch their podcasts that help grow their business. What have you done? Have you helped your clients get XYZ result? How many do you have PhDs? This is a time to brag on yourself and basically drop your cred, so people know that why should I trust you? Why should I even be listening to you? Okay. So this is about connecting. It's not about impressing people. It's about letting people know like where you've been and what you've done so that they can feel like you're a credible source. All right. Number 4, what will the listeners get? Like, what can they expect by tuning into your podcast? So tell them what they're going to get. Are you going to drop tips every episode? Are you going to do interviews with such and such? Are you doing it daily? Are you doing it weekly? Are you doing answering questions? Like, what are they going to gain? Are they going to get, or they're just, are they going to like, yeah, what are they going to gain from listening to your podcast? Right. So like, what are they going to walk away with? You're going to walk away feeling more confident. You're going to walk away like being able to trust yourself. You're going to walk away with the tools of XYZ. That's what you want to say. So people will subscribe. People are going to follow your show when they know what they're going to get out of this. Remember, this is all about them. It's not about you at all, ever. And then the last element is tell them what to do next. So what do you want them to do? You have to have a call to action in your podcast description. It should say, hey, like now that you're here and you've read this, if somebody read your podcast description, like give them something to do next. Follow the show. Go to this link. Meet me over here on my Instagram, whatever it is, right? So you want to give them something to do if they decide that, hey, I am interested right now. You want to give them something to do. Okay. So, and never assume people know what to do. People need to be told what to do. We as a society, as entrepreneurs, suffer so much from decision fatigue. We don't want to have to figure one more thing out for ourselves. You need to like relieve some of that and just give us an easy next step. Okay. So that's your podcast description in a nutshell. If you have any questions, head over to my Instagram at Angie M. Spearman, and I will talk to you in the next episode.